As successful women, it's not uncommon that you'll find yourself alone. Many people are intimidated by your success in friendships and relationships. Let's be real. A lot of us are still single by the age of 30, and it's nothing wrong with that.
A few moments later.
At this point, I don't even have the energy to date anymore. Marry me or politely go to hell. So many black men in the comment section saying, oh, you have all these high demands, but what do you bring to the table? Good question. Studies have shown that black women are the highest paid and the most educated. I myself graduated with my associate's degree at 18 and graduated from college with my bachelor's at 20 with a degree in communication sciences with an emphasis in speech and language pathology. I live on my own, have my own car, make about $70,000 a year, and don't have any kids. So I'll never ask for what I can't offer. And as far as what I'm bringing to the table, I bring me, and you can't sit with us.
Now, towards the end of that clip, she says, you can't sit with us. And I'm thinking, the us, I just see you. But then if you rewind back about midway, you can hear a dog's collar shaking. So the us is her and another animal. And that's what most modern women have. Themselves, their job, their little degree, which is most likely useless, and a lizard, a cat, a dog, a snake, a hamster. I've seen it all because they're trading that and their biology to have one of those felines, one of those animals. It's crazy because she named all the things that an adult should have, that us men basically have, that women want from us. Have a job, have a degree. She has her own place. She has her own car. She makes $70,000 a year. I never hear anything about a woman saying, okay, I'm willing to submit. I'm willing to cooperate. I'm willing to be, I'm caring. I'm honest. I can cook. I can clean. Women don't say that. When you ask them, so what do you bring to the table? They'll name all the things that they have. And then what's funny is they'll just get an attitude with it. Notice how she's doing her finger like this, having an attitude. That type of woman, I promise you, and if that female comes across this video, and I've seen a few other videos, you're going to be single for your rest of your life for a long time. And here's the funny thing. The only type of guy you will be able to attract and keep around temporarily is a guy who has none of that, because opposites basically attract. So I, as a man, if I have all my stuff together, I have my job, I have a car, I have a business, I have a degree, I have a home, all the stuff like that. Okay, that's what women want. That's what feminine individuals want because they need that. Now, that type of woman, she's going to attract a loser, a guy who's probably in and out of jail, a guy who's probably incarcerated, who can't really do for himself. He's in and out of work. He can't stand on his own 2 feet. He has no real direction. So that guy's going to worship her. That little loser, that guy who's broke, who has nothing, who's a shell of himself, he's going to go to her and say, okay, you know what? I'm going to be on your program. Because that's what those type of masculine women are looking for, who name okay, I got a degree in this. I make $70,000. I got a job, got a car. Okay, so you can't sit at this table. They're only going to be able to get loser, low down dudes because she's masculine and she's going to need an effeminate loser. Now, that female, I could see if she says at anyone, okay, I'll give you some money. Because she's naming the things that she has herself. Okay, great. That's what an adult's supposed to have. But what else are you bringing to my life as a man that I can benefit from? Because there's no submission. We can already see that out of her. There's no cooperation. There's none of that. I don't hear any cooking and cleaning. I don't hear, okay, I could do laundry. I can iron. I can take your clothes to the cleaners. I don't hear any of that. I just hear, I bring this, and there's things that benefit her life. So are you, out of that $70,000 a month, are you going to give me 10%? You're going to give me $7,000? To help with my business, to help with different things around the house, to help with equipment that I have. I mean, are you going to help me with maintenance? I mean, as far as giving me some of that money? And she's most likely going to say, oh, no, this is my money. You can't sit with me. Right. Because most women, they're operating from a place of being masculine. They don't know how to be ladies. Guys, most women don't even know how to be a girlfriend, let alone a wife. Because they've been trained to go to school, go to work, compete with men. You're better than men, be equal to men. They're always competing with men. So now they're becoming men, practically. I've seen women with mustaches. It's crazy because they're operating from that place of masculine. I'm a boss. I'm a diva. I don't got to listen to no man. I don't got to do this. I don't got to do that. And it's actually sad and crazy. But Most women like that, I promise you, they're going to be single their entire life. Who cares if you got an associate's degree at 18? Who cares if you got a bachelor's degree at 18? I don't care if you got a master's degree from every university in the United States. I could care less. What are you going to do for me? How are you benefiting my life? Are you submitting? Are you giving me sex, sandwich, and silence? Are you fit, feminine, and friendly? What are you, what are you going to do? Because I guarantee you, a female that works at Walmart or Target and that's cooperative, that's in shape, that has a good attitude, that's feminine, that's smiling, I'll take that woman over that female you just saw any day. By far. Because those type of women, when they get jobs or degrees, they just think they're so much better. They just think, oh yeah, I'm a run the show. And it's not that men are intimidated by that, especially guys who have their own stuff and who have that and more. Guys aren't intimidated by it. We're not afraid of those type of women. What's happening is we don't want to deal with women who have bad attitudes, who think, okay, I'm stuck up. I don't got to do this. I don't got to do that. I got my job. I got my money. I got this. And that's what most women think, especially black women. They don't want to go down that rabbit hole. And I feel bad for a lot of you guys who still deal with them, because that's what you have to entertain. A female who's going to come around you and say, I'm not listening. I don't got to do what you say. What you going to bring to the table? And they got their own place. That's fine. You have their own place. You have your own stuff. But most women that I've ran into of all races, they're usually living from paycheck to paycheck. They live with another roommate. They're struggling to make ends meet. They're hopefully, get their paycheck and they have enough for food, all this different stuff like that. So it's still going to be intrinsic into women to want a man who's going to take care of them and have resources and who's able to lead them and they can follow. And most of these women, they don't want to follow. They don't want to do any of that. They just want to say, okay, you know what? I got this, I got that. So now what you bring to the table? And they want to make an argument. No, men and women bring different things to the table. A woman who is feminine, this is what you're supposed to bring. If all you ladies are listening, especially that one, if you want to keep a man, we could care less about your job. Your job, your degree, your car, your home means nothing. I know you think like, okay, well, no, you're just trying to compete with men. We don't care about that. What we do want from a woman is a woman who's fit, who's friendly, who's feminine, sex, sandwiches, and silence. Can you be peaceful? Are you argumentative? Because if you are, guys who respect themselves or who value themselves, they're going to get rid of you. So what type of woman are you? How are you adding value to a man's life? That's the question. Because if you're not adding any value, then what are you doing? Only thing you're doing is coming to a guy's life, boasting and beating your chest and saying, okay, I make this much money. I got this job. I got this degree. I have this. I got all this stuff going on. And I am the table. No, you're not the table. Because guess what? You still want a man who's going to bring all that stuff that you have and more. This is why a lot of women are single too. Because they make $70,000 a month. And they think in their minds, okay, I make that much money. So I want a guy who makes $85,000 or $90,000 a month or $100,000 a year, right? So $70,000 a year, okay, that's fine. That's for you. But you as a woman want a man who makes more, most likely double, right? So how are you going to get that guy? Because that guy who makes $100,000 a year compared to your $70,000 a year, he's not going to want a woman who has a bad bougie attitude, who's going to say, okay, well, I make this much, so I can. No, that type of guy, he's worked hard. From the ground up, he's built himself up. He has a business job, whatever, Fortune 500 company he's worked at. He's a CEO or whatever. He's worked hard. So now he wants a woman, guess what, who's going to be feminine, who's going to be submissive, who's going to be kind, who's going to be nurturing, and who's not going to give him a headache and have a bad attitude. Most of your attitude, ladies, is keeping you from keeping a man. So you're going to be single with different animals your entire life. And you're not going to be able to have a successful, sustainable relationship that a guy is going to want to see you. Now, granted, you'll get some pipe, you'll get your back blown out, a guy come through and have sex with you, hang out. But as far as being with you, guys know what to invest in. Guys know what type of women that they want to be with long term. And you're just not it. With the weave and makeup, I mean, that's not really how you look. So ladies, if you think that the things that you have acquired over your life or your adult life is going to keep a man, men don't go out and look for that. We don't say, hey, so what do you do for work? Or how much money you make? Or we don't analyze all that stuff. We don't look at all the stuff that you got and say, oh, okay, cool. No, we're going to look at you, your shape, your eating habits, your diet. We're going to take into account, are you a single mother? We're going to take into account your attitude, your mannerisms, your demeanor, how you treat certain people. Are you close to your father? And I guarantee you that female, could be right or wrong, she's not even close to her father. Because if she was, her father would have taught her how to actually treat a man and how to act and how to conduct herself. She's just boasting about the things that she has. That means nothing. Your accomplishments mean nothing, ladies. So stop bragging like, yeah, I got all this stuff going on, trying to compete with men. You're not a male. Ladies, you're not a man. I know you've been brainwashed to think that, yeah, I got to do this to compete with men, to be better than men, but that's not what we want. We don't look for that in women. We don't care about your home. You can live in a cardboard box. We don't care. As long as you fit, feminine, and cooperative and ready to follow man's lead, great. You can rock with us.